All right, everyone, welcome to our second summer camp webinar series. Just some quick meeting etiquette. I have everyone muted at the end of the session. I'll go through the list of who's online with us and check to make sure that there are no questions. If during the session you do have questions and you're joining us from your computer, at the bottom of the Ring Central screen, you'll see two things. You'll see the word participants. If you click on that, you'll have the option to raise your hand using the hand raising icon. You can click on that, and as long as I see that, I can unmute you and answer your question. The other thing you'll see is the chat feature. If you have a question as we go through the slides, simply type your question into the chat window, and then we will answer those for you at the end of the presentation. Otherwise, I'm going to get started. Let me get my screen shared here so you guys can see the slideshow. And we are going to begin. So again, thank you for logging in and joining us tonight for our second in our webinar series. We had some technical issues with our first one, but hopefully those are taken care of and a thing of the past. Just like before, we are recording this session, so if you need to come back to it for refreshment of what we talked about, that's fine. That will be posted on our Facebook page within 2 to 3 days of the actual recording stopping. We have to run it through a conversion process because of how the program is set up to work. So tonight, like I said in my email, we're going to be talking about second summer camp payments and merit badge signups, which is the next step in our process of registering for summer camp. I've also had a lot of requests in the past couple days regarding Camperships, so we'll touch on Camperships as well as part of the presentation. So the payment schedule is changed slightly this year over last year. There's actually 4 payment windows now instead of 3. That second payment, though, is the payment that we're paying attention to because it is due on March 2nd. So that's coming up here in about 2 weeks. For existing reservations, an additional $50 payment is going to be due for each youth participant. So you've already put $50 down per youth. You're going to be putting down another $50. It used to be $100. That's where the change came in. They asked, you guys asked us if we could divvy up those payments a little bit more, and so we listened and moved forward with that. If you missed your first payment, and there's still 5 of you out there, it is due February 1st. That will be a total of $100. So the $50 that you put down and the $50 that's due on March 2nd. If you have not made any payments by March 2nd, I will be making the assumption that you are not coming to camp unless you have contacted me. So if you have not made any payments and you have not contacted me, please get a hold of me. My email address or my cell phone. I'll give those numbers and digits out at the end of the slideshow. But please get a hold of me if you have not made any payments in the system yet. We do have some folks that are sitting on our waiting list, and they're waiting to see. So everyone's been notified via email ample amounts of time, as well as by phone calls. So we want to make sure that we're not letting scouts that want to come to camp not be able to by holding up spots. $50 is still the amount due for an adult. So if you've already paid your $50 deposit during that first payment session, there are no adult payments due at this time. Please note that the system will not let you sign up for merit badges until the $100 has been paid for the youth. With the change in the payment schedule, also make note that your next payment is about 6 weeks away. That's April 6th. Which is $115 per youth. So just make sure you're noting those on your calendar. Merit badge sign up. Let's see. Merit badge sign up is going to take place on on March 19th. I see a hand from Doug here. One sec. Yes, Doug, go ahead.
Yeah, I have a question. We can wait till the end on it, though. It's about adding participants in later.
Okay, I can cover that at the end.
Okay, thank you.
Yep. So selecting merit badges. The way that merit badges are selected will be exactly the same, regardless of if your summer camp coordinator is taking care of merit badges or if you are letting your parents select merit badges through the parent portal system. Once you log into your reservation, you will click on the name of the participant that you want to select classes for, and then you will click on update info. And I'm going to go through all this through the website here in just a second. As a reminder, the system will not let you sign up if you have not paid $100 for that participant in total. The other thing is that at this time, it's going to ask that all required information be entered. So that's name, address, email address, dietary restrictions, allergies. So make sure that you have that information. Like I said, the payment is due on March 2nd. Merit badge selection will be about 2 weeks later on the 19th. Once you're there, you will see an empty class schedule will have populated at the bottom of their profile. You'll click select classes on that empty class schedule, and then you simply scroll through the course catalog, clicking add on the classes that you want to add to their schedule. There's some things that the system is set up to do automatically. It will not let you sign up for a class that is already full. And like we talked about in last meeting's webinar, class size is based on national standard, which says that I can only have X number of folks in the class. It's based off of time required to complete the badge. Welding, each person takes about 10 to 15 minutes to complete the welding requirements, and that class is only an hour long. So you got to keep in mind the time to get the class done. The third thing is material. If I have 12 canoes using the buddy system, I have to take one out for the instructor. That's 11 canoes. So that means I can have 22 youth in that class. So those are the three things that limit our class sizes, and classes will be given on a first come, first served basis. The second thing the system will automatically not allow you to do is double book a class. So if you select a class from 10 until 11, all the other 10 to 11 classes will disappear from the course catalog, and you will not be able to select them. Then the third thing, and this is what's new this year, if you have a scout that is taking the PATH program, you need to select that they are taking PATH as if it were a merit badge or other course sign up. In addition to merit badges, adult leaders can sign up for training online. People can sign up for the Nightcrawler program online. Those are all taking part on the merit badge registration system. If you have a scout that is going to be taking PATH for a part-time drop-in, so they're not going to be utilizing the whole program, I still ask that you sign them up for PATH. PATH is set up so that it will not lock them out of any of the other merit badges, but it will let us know to keep an eye out for them in the PATH program at some time during the week. On their reservation, you'll choose if they are doing the entire PATH program or part of the PATH program. If they are taking part in the entire PATH program, you do not need to sign them up for the merit badges that are accompanied by PATH. They will automatically be signed up for those. So what I'm going to do now is get into the Black Pug system. And for those of you that are joining us by computer, you should be able to see how that system will work for you to do everything that I just described. So give me 1 second to get to that window. There we go. Okay, so once you're on your landing page, one, make sure that all of your contact information is up to date. Simply click on update information. Make sure that in this additional contact email, you have at least one of those filled out. We want to make sure that more than one person is getting the information for your unit, so that if you miss an email or something like that, you guys are still getting the communications from camp. But to register for merit badges, you'll click on the participants tab at the top of the screen. And here you will see all of your participants that you've registered for summer camp. If the registrant name is in red, like the top three, that means that they are missing information. You click on the red update information button, and you can fill in their address and whatever else may be missing. Anything that's in red is a requirement. So if they don't have any medical concerns, none. If they have dietary restrictions, type it in there, and then you go down and hit save at the bottom. Now Brian is yellow, so now he is able to start signing up for merit badges. So to sign up a youth for merit badge, select their name, click on the green update information button, scroll down, and you will see this gray class schedule box, which is currently empty. In the upper left corner of that box is select classes. Click on that. The green box is the class catalog that your scout will be signed up for. The blue box is the available classes. You have the option of scrolling through all of the classes that are available, or there's a search feature. So if you know exactly what merit badge you want, you can type it in. Or if you know what time your merit badge is at, let's say it's 1:30, you can fast forward to all of your 1:30 classes. To add a merit badge or a class such as snorkeling or kayaking, stand-up paddleboarding, you simply click on it. And it will move that class over to your scout's schedule. Notice that it takes away all of the other 11 to 12 classes out of the system because it's not going to let you overbook. So we'll pick a couple classes here. Sure, why not? Let's say, oh, I did not want to select life-saving from 1:30 to 2:30. I accidentally clicked the wrong thing. The system actually works the same way in reverse. You simply click on it on the scout class side. It removes it from their schedule. It re-shows you all of the 1:30 to 2:30 classes. If motorboating is what you actually wanted, click on motorboating. It's that simple. When you're done, go back to show class schedule. Their class schedule will now be populated with the classes they're going to take, the times those classes are offered, and the days those classes are on. The big thing to remember here, scroll down and hit save. That's what's going to secure those classes for that scout. Now, just like I said, for selecting merit badges, path will be done the same way. So if you have a path scout, we'll click a different scout here. We'll click on update information. Two things. One, it'll say, will this scout be participating in the path program? No. Yes, only part of the program, which means they're going to be dropping in throughout the week, or yes, the entire program. At the same time, they'll go to select classes. You can search for path, click on it, show class schedule, and now their schedule is populated with the path program. If they're going to be doing drop-in, which means they're also going to be doing merit badges, go back to select classes, keep the path schedule on their classes, and then select the classes that they want to take. Go back to show class schedule. You will see that it has quote unquote double booked a class. but that's because PATH is set up so that you can still book merit badges. It's going to show us that they're in the PATH program for the entire week. That's okay. We more need to know what is going on. Chase is asking if there is a place that you can see all of the classes offered and the times in advance of merit badge sign up. The answer is yes. If you go to the landing page, and I'll show you where that's at here. There we go. So this is the landing page for the registration. If you scroll down under the when and where section, which is the different sessions of camp, there's an attachments section. In there, there's a class catalog, there's a class schedule, and then there's the leader's guide. The leader's guide has everything in it, but your class catalog is going to be your best bet. It shows, nope, did not return any data. You watch, it's not going to work now. No, it's not going to work now. I will make sure that that link is working. But what that class catalog will do is it will show you all of the classes that we're offering, the times that they're offered, and the prerequisites. The same thing can be found in the leader's guide, which should be up on your screen. The green section of the leader's guide is the program section. So look for the green tabs on the side of the pages right here. The full class schedule is on page 17. That's this page here. It'll show you the course, the 2 times it's offered. There is a detailed section of merit badges, which is about 6 pages long. It starts on page 20. Again, the merit badge, the times that it's offered, where it's offered, the prerequisites, and what they need for the class. And then finally, if you just want to know what we're offering and what the prerequisites are, there is a prerequisite page, which is page 35. It simply gives you the badge name and what the prerequisites are and the number of seats that will be available for you to select in that class. So that green portion of the leader's guide, I strongly encourage you to print out, give to your SPL. That's designed for them to work with your scouts in order to select the classes that they want. If you are going to be putting the classes in for your scouts, I strongly, strongly, strongly suggest that you have them pick their first choice and their second choice. Because if their first choice is full, now you're going to be fluttering around trying to figure out what they want to do instead, and their second choice may fill up. So I always strongly suggest that you have them select a first choice and a second choice. Let me get back to the slideshow now. Okay. So Camperships, I've had a lot of emails in the last couple weeks about Camperships. So let's do a quick rundown of the Campership process again. Michigan Crossroads Council Camperships are only available to scouts of the Michigan Crossroads Council. So if your unit is not a unit of the Michigan Crossroads Council, i.e. you're from Ohio, Illinois, Indiana, Wisconsin, the Upper Peninsula, etc., you are not eligible to apply for a campership from the Michigan Crossroads Council. You will need to check with your own council leadership. Some councils allow you to head on out and use those camperships anywhere, but that is at the discretion of each council. The second thing, campership applications must utilize the following process. There is a worksheet that needs to be filled out by the family. Once the family fills out that worksheet, it needs to be given to the Scoutmaster, who will enter it online by April 1st. Funds will be distributed based off of the need of the family on a first come, first served basis by the Field Service Council. If you have questions with Camperships, you want to know, have I been awarded one? Have I not been awarded one? I was told I was awarded one, but I don't know how much it was for, etc. You need to contact your unit service executive. Camperships are not run or administered by the camps. Funds will be distributed for late submissions, again, based by need on a first come, first served basis, if there is funds still available. So if you missed that April 1st date, you're not out of it, but they're going to look at everyone that got their campership requests in on time first. On your online reservation, there's a spot at the bottom. If you have a scout that's waiting for a campership, you need to select that they have requested a campership and how much they have requested it for. That lets me on the campsite know, hey, Jack is not paid in full. Oh, Jack is not paid in full because he's waiting to hear on a campership. If you've got the ability to take a screenshot, the campership information is available at that web link at the bottom of the slide. I'll leave that up on the screen for a second for anyone that wants to take a picture or write that down. For those of you on the phone, it's michiganscouting.org/outdoor adventures/camperships. All right. So now I'm going to open up the floor to questions. Let me see. I've got a hand raised from Howard. So, Howard, can you hear me?
I can. I can hear you, Andrew. Just a quick question. You mentioned a first choice and a second choice. Should we have the scouts select the second choice for each merit badge and each time slot?
That's what I would do. That's what I did with my unit growing up. Our Scoutmaster basically gave us a sheet from Microsoft Word. It had the time slots, so 9 to 10, 10 to 11, 11 to 12, 1:30 to 2:30, 2:30 to 3:30, 3:30 to 4:30, 7 to 8, and 8 to 9. And then there were two blanks next to those time frames. We wrote in our first choice in the first blank and our first choice in the second blank. And then that is how he got all that information up to summer.
Okay. Can I ask another question that relates to filling in information for each scout?
Sure thing.
So our Scoutmaster wanted me to hold off on entering our names in, the scout names, although we're going to do that soon. But he was concerned that he thought there was a place in the information that you enter that gives a parent's email address. So he was worried that if he put one in there, the parents would start getting emails and it would cause problems until he sort of told them that that's what he was going to do. So we've held off on that. But
sure. So what that's for, Howard, is we're utilizing a new online system for health forms, and that is all done through the parent's email. So what will happen is when you enter in the parent's email address, they're not going to get a whole bunch of updates and all that from the registration system. What they are going to get is an email from CampDoc saying, hey, thank you for having your son or daughter come to Camp Rotary Summer Camp 2020. Here is your link to upload all of your health form information, etc. Next month's meeting is going to be a tutorial on how to do that. I'm in Lansing tomorrow with the CampDoc folks for a training on how to utilize that program. But that's what that parent email is for, is so that we can utilize that online health form system, which will make your check-in process run a lot smoother.
That's awesome. We're looking forward to that. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, up next I got Doug. Doug, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
All right, you're the next hand on my screen.
All right, so I have a question. We've registered, I think, about 20 scouts for session 5. and I think 7 adults or 5 adults. We have some crossovers that are still joining. They are still like registering with the troop. We still have blue and golds to attend to. There's no way for us to know if they're going to go to summer camp or not immediately, because I don't want to overwhelm them and say, you know, hey, if you join our troop, we're going this week. You got to tell us now. How do we sign those scouts up? We got an email stating that there was going to be limited spots, and they might not be able to attend. How is that going to work?
Sure. So I'll touch on that, just like I did last month as well. So I never want to be in a position to turn a Weeblos crossover scout away, because that camp experience is one of the things that helps them stay involved with the program. And we know,
Yeah, if you don't get them the first year, you lose them.
Exactly. So that being said, I am limited by the number of seats I have in my dining hall. So my dining hall fits 360 folks. I have overflow seating for about 60 more out on my deck. And then I also have my staff that have to eat as well.
Right.
So I will never turn away a Weeblos crossover scout. However,
Okay.
that may mean that they may need to sit in the overflow area on the back deck of the dining hall. That's
Okay.
That's my only workaround that I have for that right now.
That's totally fine by us, because we were there last year, or not last year, the year before, and you know, the adults that I was talking to last night at my meeting said that they would gladly, they'll eat back at camp. They don't care. The adults, it's about getting the Webelos there. So if the adults have to go to the overflow, or you know, come get the food and bring it back to the campsite, whatever we have to do, we want to make sure our Webelos can get there. So that's our biggest concern. So
Sure.
it seems like that will be handled, and it shouldn't be an issue.
Yeah, you'll need to call me direct, because the system will not let anyone overbook.
Correct.
So when you get to that point, you'll need to call me here at the camp, and I can get that taken care of for you.
Awesome. That's what we needed to know. That was our big concern at our meeting last night, and it seems to be a non-issue. So thank you.
Yep, no problem. All right, I got Anthony.
Andrew, can you hear me?
I can.
Awesome. Bob Whites. Hey, real quick. So I have a question. We had another scout going, and his parent wants to come with him. The scout has cerebral palsy.
Okay.
And is it possible, like this is my first time doing this, so is it possible to expand our adult roster, because our adult roster is already filled?
Yeah, we can look at that for sure. The best thing is for Anthony is going to be shoot me an email.
Okay.
Then what I'll do is I'll pull up your unit reservation, and we can look at the availability there.
Okay.
And get that taken care of for you.
Sounds good, bud. Appreciate it.
No problem. All right. Up next, I have Corey.
I'm here.
What can I do for you, Corey?
In regards to registering the Webelos that cross over, how does that work? As far, do they have to be the $100 paid to register merit badge program for them?
If they want to sign up for merit badges, yes, they will have to have the $100 down. That being said, there's no late fees for a Weeblo crossover because we get it. Some units and packs don't cross over till the late April time frame.
Right.
So there's no late fees that are going to get put down, but the system will not allow you to select merit badges until they have $100 down, and that's across the board for Weeblos and non-Weeblos.
Right. And then do they have to then catch up the payments at the time with the rest of the participants?
So the system will automatically charge where we're at in the payment cycle. So what I mean,
we have to catch them up to whatever the payment is at that time.
That's correct. Now that being said, because there are no late fees, you can make that payment up until that final payment deadline, which is the final payment deadline is May 2nd. but the
Right.
system will remain open to collect payments till the end of the month. So you can continue to make those payments as they come in.
Sure. I think that was the only, I'm trying to figure out where we had to do for those guys. So if they sign up and we pay them in going into, obviously it's going to be after the March date next week. Will we have to pay the $215 then in April to keep them on the
Hold
with the rest of the folks?
Yeah, to hold and verify their spot, yes. So if you go in and register them before April 6th, the system will ask you for $100. After April 6th, it'll ask you for the $215.
So we don't have to have the $215 at the April 6th for them.
Correct.
But we will have to have the rest of it at the May point.
That's correct.
Okay, so actually we can do the $100 at any point for them and then pull the rest of it at the May time frame with the rest of the group.
That's correct.
Okay. That's kind of what I thought. And I think everything else is pretty good. There's going to be more information coming about how to do the medical forms.
Yes, the next webinar next month will basically be a training on how the new camp doc system is going to work.
Sure. And the parents can do that themselves, or can the do that?
No, HIPAA HIPAA is the Health Information Privacy Act. It requires that the parent be the person to upload that.
Okay. So they can actually upload it, but they can't do anything else with Camp. The troop has to do it.
Unless you want to utilize the parent portal system. If you'd like information on how to do that, shoot me.
No, if they're only going to be able to upload the health forms, that's all we're going to have them do.
Okay.
We're going to do the Bear Badge registration, and then actually I'll probably be doing that, or my Scoutmaster will be doing that.
No problem.
I think that'll do for now. I'll see what else comes through from others and go from there. I've been doing summer camp for, this will probably be I don't know, can't even count anymore. I haven't missed in 33 years, but I was 18 in 93, so I've been an adult at camp forever.
Sure thing. All right, let's see who else has a hand raised. Bridget.
Hi, can you hear me?
I can.
Okay, quick question now for the health forms. So does that mean we will not be bringing any paper forms with us to summer camp?
So you have two options. The first option is the expedited check-in process, which means that your health forms and other required paperwork will need to be uploaded no later than 14 days before your arrival. If you're 13 days before your arrival, you have to go through check-in the old-fashioned way, which will mean paper health forms, etc. So there was an FAQ sheet that should have gone out to everyone in the council that's registered for summer camp. If you did not get that, I'm making a note here to send that out to everyone. And that FAQ sheet explains how the expedited check-in will work. And like I say, I'm going to Lansing tomorrow to learn how to utilize the camp doc system, and then that will be next month's training.
Okay, I don't think we got the FAQ form, so that would be great if you can send that out.
Yep.
Does that also include them doing swim tests ahead of time?
Yes, it does.
Okay, so if our troop can do those ahead of time and you have all the health forms, it'll move our 30 people through a little bit faster?
They'll go through check-in in like an hour or less.
Okay, excellent. And then one last quick question. It seems to me last year when we were there, at some point we saw a wish list of tools and stuff that the camp needed. and it was everything from drills to nails to different things. Is that list someplace? Because we have a couple of people who have some stuff that might be able to be donated, but I'm not sure if it was on the list or not.
It should be posted on the Michigan Crossroads Council website, but what I'll do is I've got your name and troop number written down.
Uh-huh.
I'll email you the wants and needs list that we have because we utilize that on a year-round basis.
Right. Okay, perfect. That would be great.
I'll get that emailed to you.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
All right, looking forward to next month.
Sounds great. I got a couple things in the chat. It sounds like most people did not get the FAQ email, so I will make sure that I get that sent out to everyone in the next 24 hours. I also had a question on his Facebook, the only way to access the web meeting recording. I'm working with Chris Hopkins, our Chief Information Officer, to get that uploaded onto the website. If you want a direct link or a copy of that video emailed to you, send me an email and I can attach it in that email and send it back to you. Will, I think you had that question. Okay, let's see what else I have. John Dotson.
Yes, Andrew, can you hear me?
I can.
All right, just a couple of questions here. You mentioned the parents have to upload those health forms 14 days before. Are we able to see that they've done that?
You as scout leaders will be able to see that.
Beautiful.
You will have access to everything that is in that system. So it basically takes your unit carrying the proverbial giant binder of health forms everywhere you go and putting it on your cell phone to take with you on all of your campouts. Because you'll have
Great.
access to those for 1 year from summer camp.
Beautiful. Thank you. The second question I have is on merit badges. I've been trying to scan the catalog. Are there any merit badges that have additional costs? And if so,
Yep.
no?
Nope. All of our merit badge programs, as well as most of our evening programs, have an all-inclusive fee. So your summer camp fee of $330 covers all of your merit badge costs. So that's ammo, that's leather kits, that's basketry kits. All of that is included in that cost. We went to that all-inclusive fee a couple years ago. What does have a cost is the extras that you want to do. So if you want to go down and do a bunch of open shoots, there's a cost there. The night crawler program, which is our climb, rappel, and zip line at night, that has an extra cost to it because it's an extra. But everything that is strictly program related, all of those fees are absorbed in your summer camp fee.
And for those extras, if they sign up for them online, it notifies them right then of the additional cost?
Correct. In fact, it'll charge them right then and there online as well, so that they're paid before they even get to camp.
Oh, beautiful. Thanks.
You're welcome.
That's it.
All right. A couple more things coming through the chat. I have a scout leader who wants to come for a partial week. How to enter? Robin, when you get on your reservation, you'll click Add Participant and select Part-Time Adult. And then from there, you'll be able to select what days they want to come to camp. If you're having any issues with that, please feel free to give me a call or shoot me an email, and I can gladly get them entered into the system for you. Howard had a question, can health forms be uploaded early before 14 days? The answer is yes. Once they get the email from CampDoc, as soon as they have that email will give them the access to go in and enter in that information. For those of you that are familiar with the BSA health form, you'll know that it is in 3 parts. A part A, which is a talent and camper release. Part B, which is a self-medical health history. And Part C, which is the part that the doctor fills out. All persons that come to camp, regardless of how many nights they're going to be here, have to have parts A, B, and C. That's new this year. If you're here for one night, because the camp itself runs for more than 72 hours, you still have to have that doctor's Part C. Camp Doc has worked with our national office, and they have it so that parts A and B will be completely entered online. Part C, which is the part that requires the doctor's signature, they will have to scan or take a picture of and upload into the system. And then for those of you that are going to take advantage of pre-camp swim checks, there will be a spot for you to upload your form when that's done. So that is how Camp Doc is going to work. Anthony asks, is a merit badge schedule ready to go? Are you waiting till the March 25th deadline? Anthony, if you go to the landing page for Summer Camp 2020, there is a course catalog and a leader's guide right there. You can go in and see all of the merit badges that are being offered, the times they're being offered, the prerequisites for those merit badges, and the class capacity size. The Will is asking when the next payment is due for adults. That will be the final payment on, I believe it's May 2nd. But that last payment in May is when adults' final payments are due. Let's see, I've got a hand here from Corey. Corey, go ahead.
Yes. If we do the pre-swim checks and not everybody does it, will that still be able to do it at camp?
Yes. So what will happen if you have a partial swim check done before camp, your entire unit will still have to report to aquatics, but just the folks that need to complete that swim check will do so as part of their check-in process. Just a reminder to everyone on the call, pre-camp swim checks must be approved by Jay Richardson, who's the MCC Aquatics Committee Chairman, before you have them done. If you need Jay's contact information, shoot me an email and I can forward that to you along with the forms and everything that you'll need to get that done.
Yeah, if you could email that to me, actually probably others would be interested in that. I didn't know it had to be pre-approved other than having an approved lifeguard or something like that, that as they've had done in the past.
I will send that out along with the Camp Doc FAQ sheet to everyone.
Okay. And then the I saw that you allow to come in early, but then on Sunday.
Correct. So
can we come in anytime after that?
What we ask is that anytime between 10:30 and 12:30. The state of Michigan is our licensing agency.
Sure.
And our license starts at 12:30 on Sundays every week. When that happens, I have to be able to verify everyone in camp.
Sure.
Anyone that comes in early, the entire camp has to report back down to the parking lot to go through that check-in process.
Correct. Well, I didn't know if there's no Pacific time that we have to be there early, but yeah, obviously we need to be ready for the reporting at 12:30.
Correct.
Okay. I thought it said 10 o'clock on the information I saw.
It very well may be. I'd have to go back and look at our leader's guide. I know
I know we're not going to be that early. I'm thinking we're probably looking at 10:30 at the earliest, probably 11 before we're going to be up there anyways.
Okay.
But I know we're going to try to, depending on how fast we can gather and get away from here, and then the 2.5, 2 3/4 to get up there will probably put us closer to 11 o'clock anyway. But that works. If that helps, we're probably going to. I will look for that email, or my scoutmaster will see it and get it to me. And if not, I'll follow up. But that helps too. I know that doing the pre-swim checks always seems to help.
Sure.
Otherwise, I think Good. I know I wasn't around for the first session, but a lot of this I've heard before, so
No problem.
we've come a long way over the years with some of this stuff, I know.
That's for sure.
I never thought we would be this far along, knowing how they always want everything in hand when
I
we
get
come into
that.
camp.
I get that. Anything
All
else,
right.
Corey?
No, I think that'll do.
Okay. I had another chat come through. What was the date the camp doc email is expected to go out? I will resend the FAQ sheet to everyone in the next 24 hours. The actual email that goes out to the parents will not go out until you enter the parents' email address on your camper's information online. Once you put that email address in the system, that will trigger CampDoc, which is tied into our Black Pug system, to send the email to the parent to begin that process. So what I'm going to do now is, if everyone can stop their side conversations, I'm going to unmute everyone and make sure that there's no other questions lingering out there. Before I do that, I have, it looks like one on the phone. I got a 248-867, or 248-672-3227. I've got you unmuted.
Yeah, this is Jesse Brunning from Pack 502 in Duet. The only question I have at this point is whether the parent portal number and all of the login information that goes out to the parents, that's all automated once you have their email addresses and the camper information in there. So I don't need to distribute that separately.
When you turn parent portal on, you will need to provide them with the credentials that the system will generate. Shoot me an email and I can send you a YouTube video on how to do that.
I believe I've already seen that one, but I'll find that. But
Okay.
Thank you very much.
No problem. I got a couple more in the chat. Is Nightcrawler the only major program with extra costs? The answer is yes. That's our biggest cost program. It's $12 to do the Nightcrawler. So that is the only big cost. Everything else that they want to do cost related is going to be taken care of at camp. It will have, if they want to do open shoot, they'll stop at the trading post and buy open shoot tickets. If they want to make an extra basket outside of their class, they can pick that up at the trading post. When it comes to online fees, the system will charge for Nightcrawler, and the system will charge if they want to pre-order a camp t-shirt. Will, it says that you're looking to, there's no spot to put a parent's email. There's a link to submit any health or dietary concerns. Don't click that link. I will confirm with Bill Light, who runs our reservation system, where that email should be showing up to everyone. So stand by as I get that information. I got another hand from Jeremy. Jeremy, go ahead.
Yes, hello. Besides the health forms and a roster, are there any other forms that we would need to bring?
If you're doing the express check-in, no, because everything will already be uploaded before you come to camp. If you are not doing the express check-in, one of the things you'll need is an extra form. It is the Camp Rotary Camper Release Form, which is required because our health office and our main office are in separate buildings. So if you're going to do the old style check-in and not do that expedited process, you'll need to bring that in with you. The other thing you'll need to bring in with you if you're not doing the expedited process is a copy of all of your adults' registrations to show that they are registered with the BSA. and their DHS clearance forms for anyone that is over the age of 21. Otherwise, if you're doing that Camp Dog expedited system, you'll upload all those, and then you don't need to bring them with you.
And would that also include the YPT?
That's correct.
It does? Okay. All right.
Yep.
Thanks.
No problem. Okay. Now I'm going to unmute everyone. So here we go. Any other questions that are lingering out there for anyone that couldn't figure out how to raise their hand?
Thank you, Andrew. This was very informative.
Not a problem. Anyone else? Once, twice. I'm going to mute everyone up again. All right, well, I want to thank everyone for logging on with us this evening. As a reminder, our next meeting, our next webinar will be on March 18th. I have updated the graphic with the correct login information. It ends in 7200. So if you don't have that link, make sure that your folks are updating that. Again, we'll be at 7:30. As always, if you have questions, please feel free to contact me. My job is to take care of you and make your summer camp process smooth, easy, and painless. You can email me directly, which is best, at andrew.wright, WRIGHT, at scouting.org. Again, that's andrew.wright at scouting.org. The camp office phone is 989-386-7943. And my cell phone is 989-225-7586. I do ask that if you don't get a hold of me at one of those two numbers that you do leave a message. If you leave a message, then I know to get back and answer you. Otherwise, I just see a missed call, and I don't know who it is or what they're looking for. I got a hand raised from Anthony. Go ahead, Anthony.
Hi, Andrew. Are you there?
I'm here.
I'm sorry. One more question. I'm sorry about this.
That's okay.
You know, on the class schedules, there's A, B, and C.
Correct.
What are those?
So that's going to show up when a class is offered more than one time. So if I'm offering welding and I'm offering it twice during the day, you're going to see a welding class A, which will be from 9 to 10, and you'll see a welding class B, which will be from 1:30 to 2:30 or whatever that time is.
Okay, gotcha. Awesome.
Cool.
Thanks so much.
No problem. Well, with that, I want to thank everyone for logging in. Like I said, we'll have this recording up on our Facebook page in about 2 to 3 days. I will continue to work with Chris Hopkins to get previous recordings uploaded as well. If you need access to our recording and you do not have access to Facebook, email me. Again, my email is andrew.wright@scouting.org, and I can get you that information. Thank you, everyone, for logging on, and have a good night.